bent over underneath the fucking hood and just come around the corner.
Dude, I fucking can't. I can't.
You can't?
Dude.
You didn't know I was this thick.
You're fucking brave walking around here.
I know, he is brave.
Stepped on a board with a nail in it.
Oh, I got tough feet.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't. Hold on, let me get my phone. I gotta put a picture up on the Instagram. All right, y'all, so you just saw the merch plug. We got boxers in stock on the website.
It's only got one seat.
Bro, it's the boxers for me, dude. It's the boxers for me. Oh, where's Logan?
Damn.
Logan!
Great.
Go to lsnasty.com. Get you some merchandise.
For a very, very, very limited time, we are bringing back one of what's probably the coolest shirts that we ever had on the LS Nasty YouTube channel. It is the LS Nasty Hub logo. I see the comments, you guys are saying, hey, bring it back. Hey, we need hats, we need shirts. I had the shirts up there for a very limited amount of time, but they're back for an even shorter amount of time. You have today, which is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to get these shirts. They're pre-order shirts. You can get your order in, you get a chance to get them. Once they're gone, they'll never be out again. You get the joke, it's funny. If you look into it anymore, you probably don't need to own the shirt anyway, so.
You mean this shirt right here?
Oh, that shirt. Yeah, look at that.
Shirt right
this
here?
shirt right there, it is.
Right here, baby.
The LS Nasty Hub shirt, you can get that
Yeah.
right now, limited time, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Get your orders in, and every item you purchase on the store gets an entry to win this thing. So you can get a badass shirt and an entry to win a whole ass car. All right, guys, welcome back to another video. We are here in the shop working away. I got my little remote desk out here so I can do some work out here and help the boys. Over here, we got the motor set in Slick Rick. We had to cut some bars out. We'll talk about that in a whole other video. We're gonna focus on the Black Sheep in today's video. So, all right, as you can see, you got the intake pulled off. We got the new Forced Inductions turbo on there. Same style turbo, GT55 turbo, but this is his, what is it? Outlaw 98? Outlaw 98. This is his own wheels, front and back, and his own covers. So it's really just like a GT55 center section. GT55 is like the frame. The frame. Like this is like the bloodline. That's like, it's like saying you're like Italian or Irish. You know, that's where it comes from. It's a GT. It's in the GT55 family, and then everything else is all. This is all tooted up, as we would say. The reason why we switched over to this is we were at the other end of the efficiency range of the GTR 98, which is right here. Very good turbo, gone very fast with that. We just set a new personal best this past weekend. We went a 427 flat at 168. So shoots were out early. It was slowing us down. We could have gone faster. Look at Jason. He's like, damn.
That shit fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it was moving pretty good.
For what?
427.
Like the motor?
Yep, just like the motor. So pretty good time for like a great engine deal that you can get right from TCAM Performance. This is their Stage 3 Black Sheep engine package with dart block and dart head. So pretty happy with it. But we had some issues with the fuel rail. You guys heard me talk about it before. So we're going to switch intakes. But over here, this is the old one. So it's a little bit, you guys have seen this on the car, a little bit different setup than what we have going on the car right now, but still very similar. Still carb style intake. So this
Going
one
from 4150 to 4500.
Yep. So this is a LS7 Edelbrock Super Victor. This is just like off the shelf, nothing crazy. Like what Matt said, it's going from a 4150, which is the flange size right here, to a 4500. This is a 4500, so you can see just how big the opening is in comparison to that. So it's quite a bit bigger, quite a bit more flow. This is actually for a 9.5 deck motor sitting right here. We have, I really like this style intake. Some people say it's not the best because air distribution isn't the best, but if you get a nice elbow on there, they seem to work pretty well. So we're going from the 4150 to the 4500, but one of the main reasons why we're going with the CID intake is the fuel rail setup. So this is a custom fuel rail setup that we had to do. We got some Wilson manifold fuel rails on there. These are Dash 10 fuel rails. They worked fine, but as you can see, the way that they are braced on there, it's from the sides. So when you get going down track, boost referenced fuel pressure, so base at 90, you put 30 pounds of boost on there, so there's a lot of pressure, and they want to push up on it.
Yeah, don't want an injector popping out.
You guys saw, we got lucky. It's actually the second time it's happened where we had an injector O-ring pop out in the burnout. That happens going out down track. could be a whole lot different. So as you can see here, this intake comes with fuel rails. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely a lot higher quality. It's a 2-piece design, so you can unbolt it. We're rocking a 4500 Wilson elbow. They're smooth elbow. It's not like a dual plane. And then they're high boost throttle body. So this combination right here, highly recommend. Whether you're gonna run it on a 4150 or a 4500 style, they make them both. But they're absolutely very nice pieces. And then the CID, this is a 4.0 LS7 unported, and it comes with these massive Dash 12 fuel rails. And as you can see, the fuel bracket,
Vertical.
the fuel rail bracket is vertical, pulling down, and it's solid. I mean, there's no play at all.
Yeah, no injector popping out. On
Nothing coming out of there. One thing I do want to say is if you talk to the guys over at CID, I don't know if his name's John or what. Talked to him before, tried to get one from him. 4-week wait. BTR kept one in stock, so it's extremely nice. And just hit him with the merch plug. Just hit him with the merch plug.
I can't even talk right now. I'm wearing this shit to Miami. I'm going to Miami next month. I'm walking down whatever boulevard they
Give him the
got.
top to bottom rundown.
First of all, we got, oh damn, Slick Rick up here with the new shirt. We got the Ellis Nasty boxers and the new socks. All this shit skin tight, feels comfortable. So if you thick, you better get an extra large if you wear a large.
Where can they go to get all that stuff?
Go to the description down below, AliceNasty.com. Pick you up some of this badass merch right here. Valentine's Day is gone, but surprise your wife with some of this shit because she might like it.
When you order this, the guys over at CID are going to tell you they got 2 different heights for the injector. This right here, as you can see, is billet atomizer injector stuffed in there, and this is their standard fuel rail height. So the billet atomizers have 2 O-rings on the bottom, 1 on top, and if you try to stick it in there with both O-rings on there, it'll be too tall. So what you do is you peel the bottom O-ring off, you push it down in there, it'll sit in there a little bit further, and you're good to go. So we did not have to buy $200, $300, $400 fuel rail brackets. We did not have to buy them twice. We were able to run them once, and the fitment is perfect. Everything looks really good.
Yeah, flip it up. Let's look at the runners. Oh yeah. So you can't really see in there. So good runner.
Yeah,
Good port volume.
This is a definite upgrade for this motor. I think we've been really fast with the 4150, but I think this is, you know, some people say you're not going to see a performance gain going from one to the other, but
Air distribution.
I think
Cylinder balance.
this will make the engine
Plenum
happier.
volume.
I think it'll, especially when we really start pushing it, I think that this will start to shine. So
Yeah, just whole top end upgrade. We got the new turbo, new intake.
And then Matt made a new charge pipe. We were having some issues, as you guys saw at the last race with, we had to make some welding repairs, and we noticed that some of the welds on here weren't really like penetrated very deep in there. And we did run this thing for a year, and I mean, it's got some battle scars. I mean, you get to the track and you're working on it, you got to do what you got to do. So Matt was able to whip up a new one, which now down here, he put a flange on there that didn't fit, but Matt was determined, because I said, listen, we're not going to fire the car today. And Matt turned into Petty Matt, and he was like, oh, I'm going to fire this thing up right now, and welded this flange on there. As soon as UPS gets here, dude, look at Phil just walking by. As soon as UPS gets here, they have the right flange from Race Part Solutions. We'll cut it off, put the right flange on there. But this thing here is extremely nice. Matt did a killer job. Look at the beads. Zoom in on the beads, dude. The beads are... Matt was laying dimes. And one thing that Matt and I can both agree on is this is welded thoroughly through. You could see, I don't know if you could see down there inside of it, but that is 100% penetration through there. So, Matt, thank you for making that for us. Welcome back. This is a continuation of the video you're already watching, so I guess for you guys, you didn't go anywhere. But it has been a whole ass other day. Well, 2 days. Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days, because we got charge pipe on there, and then we were supposed to get this package from Race Part Solutions, which had some fittings and had a V-band, and UPS just lost it. So called Wade at Race Parts, really good dude, and he sent us another one. We're going to refuse the other package when it gets here 2 days later, or 3 days later. And yeah, so we're supposed to go to Darlington in a few hours. We're going to fire the car up. We got our new Force Inductions Outlaw 98 Turbo, I think that's what they call it. Matt made this killer charge pipe, which looks great, so big shout to Matt. fired it up and just welded it out. Didn't have the best materials. We had that vibrant aluminum, which we generally don't use. That's all we had in stock. We generally get the Race Part Solutions, which is a little bit thicker. And it doesn't have that chrome or that polish look to it. So the other changes that we made, we talked about, we got the injectors and the fuel rails. Dash 12 fuel rails. Before it was dash 12 and then neck down to a dash 10. So now we're dash 12 all the way around, dash 10 on the return. The fitment with the O-ring is a whole lot better. This, you feel better about this?
Oh yeah, yeah, no issues there. I don't think we're having any O-ring failures. The rails are a lot more stable. That's just a safer package all the way around. Intake's better, got more plenum volume. We went to a 4500, so we'll look on the EGT data to see how the cylinder distribution is and see if it's any better. It was not bad before, but
so EGTs are a direct relation of cylinder distribution.
It can be. So if you got one cylinder that's hot, it could be an airflow problem. Like the two of the rear, it could be the way the elbow is. I'm not a huge fan of the carb style intakes, just because naturally, I mean, the air is having to make that 90-degree bend. It's not the best, but I think the more plenum volume and taller plenum will definitely help with the cylinder distribution. So, be able to cook. We're gonna put it on the chip.
They were fired up. The turbo has a bigger
turbine wheel.
So
yeah, it's gonna probably be a lot lazier getting on the chip.
We say that every time we make a converter change, we're like, oh, it's gonna be lazier getting on the chip, and really, it's quite snappy.
I'd be surprised if you don't see some difference, just because before we were turbine limited. I mean, we put a bunch on the dome. It's not gonna make any more power. So we were just completely maxed out on the turbine side. So the turbine will help us make a lot more power. But at the same time, it could make it a little lazier. It doesn't have a dump valve, so maybe we do a little bit more converter work, get it to where we have to have the dump valve to spool it, and I think that would be a good place for us to be as far as converter
in the converter world.
Yeah.
Some other things we talked about having a little bit issue with the transmission at the track. We think that was a transmission vent issue. We had the vent tube was kind of going up and then down, and then when it goes down, it gets backed up, and that creates a pressure issue inside the transmission. I didn't understand, but Matt's telling me, and speaking with Mark and Mickey, it's very, very, very important to have proper ventilation in your transmission, especially transmissions of these caliber. Yeah, a little bit of pressure can cause problems. So now it comes out of the transmission and goes up into the driver's compartment straight to the catch can, so it's uphill all the way. So it can vent, and it's not going to have standing fluid in the line that can make it difficult for it to vent. We did that. We changed the shocks. So we got the shocks loosened up. Big shout out to Mensa Motorsports, turned them around really good for us. One thing you will notice, this intake and this elbow is quite a bit higher, surprisingly. Everything still fits the same. The bend here is a little bit shorter. Before it came out more, and we had some issues getting it in the car and getting it out the car. So Matt's new charge pipe is a little bit better to work on. Also, welded all the way through, welded hot. If you look in the actual charge pipe, you could see the weld on the inside. So from a structural standpoint, we know that that's good. Yep, so good. And then the shock, like I said, the shocks, hopefully that'll get us where we want to. And everybody's they've been commenting that we just don't know what we're doing, but really we know exactly what we needed to do, but we couldn't do it. So it's one of those things that you end up struggling with the parts that you have on the car. Yeah, I mean, you got to work around it, and we could have turned it down, and we could have went down every single time. But when you're racing against other cars that are fast, you can't turn it down and go at 480. You can't. It's just pointless. Like, sure, you go to A to B, but you don't really do anything, because if the other car's going 430s, a 480 pass isn't going to cut it. That's what we found out in the first round. We just didn't have enough power. We didn't go 480s. No, first round. We went, respectively quick, but wasn't quick enough. And that's when you're racing against these kind of caliber cars, that's what you got to do. Stevie goes out there, and if he knocks the tires off, he's not like, okay, well, I was trying to go a 350 and now I'm going to go a 4.0. He goes back out there and he tries to go a 350 again, because he knows, like, hey, that's what I got to run to win. So, it's a double-edged sword. So we're going to test the next two videos here. We'll be testing down. It's just normal testing team, not private testing. We're trying to get some laps on marginal tracks, because we obviously know how to go fast when the track's good, but we want to be able to go faster and faster on these marginal tracks where other people are like, man, we can only go this fast. We're like, oh, we can go this fast. Yep, off the trailer tune-ups. Yep, so that's what we're going to try to work on. We're going to Darlington. When you guys see this, it'll probably be past then, because I'm backed up on some videos, but we're going to go to Darlington today, which is Wednesday, and Galat on Thursday. Yeah. So
And
and
hopefully, I'd love to see if we can reset personal best on a marginal track.
Yep.
That would be the
That'd be good.
ultimate goal.
so I guess we're gonna fire it up now. Logan just unplugged the oil heater, and there's nothing else left to do. I wonder if it's gonna sound. You think it'll sound any different?
Maybe with the turbine.
I think on the chip.
All right, you ready to fire it up?
Yeah, I'm about to give you some power.
No, that's a bad bid.
It sounded like it maybe stumbled just a little bit.
It did that same thing where when it goes to go up. No, where it's just like the RPM just falls for 1 second. It's like it literally just stumbles on itself one time.
Every shop that's not affected by the methanol right now is from Gastonia. So
Because he does a lot of meth. But it's
see my nickname in the show.
the air is spicy over there. Sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good. Now, one thing I did notice that we probably at one point want to get rid of running D-bands on both ends because, like, when you were on the chip and it was shaking, like the whole charge pipe and turbo hot side and everything was just flopping all
You want to
around.
run like a Vangine clamp on
a
one side.
Vangine or a Alpha Lock or something to where it's got a little bit of flex because that could have been.
It's just tough.
Yeah, it's just hard.
Kind of like on the blower stuff. Most of the blower stuff you'll see it'll have a V-band on one side and a Vantage clamp on the other, where it allows some play.
Yeah, because it definitely maybe brace the hot side a little bit better because, like I said, whenever it was on the chip, the thing was flopping around in there, and I don't want to break the hot side or the charger.
I think the size of the fuel rail could possibly affected fuel pressure. Maybe.
Volume, maybe a little bit.
It went from 10 to 12. It was about 10 pounds down on fuel pressure, but it's a mechanical pump, so it's just going to make what it makes. We can turn the regulator up to get it back there. I'll look at some videos and see what it is. God, dude, the air is brutal back there.
Yeah,
in
the
this
air
corner.
tastes like air.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not all exploding right
It's
now.
all messed up.
All right, well, it works. New turbo's on there. We're gonna
Yeah,
test. And we need to trim the front end. slap the front end on there, stick it in the box, and then we're gonna hit the road. So that's our game plan here. Yeah, you can go to lsnasty.com and get entered to win some merch. We got that LS Nasty Hub shirt available Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so get it while you can. And then once it's gone forever. So get them before they're gone, and then you get an entry to win a badass car, LS Swap Nitrous New Edge Mustang. So every item you purchase is an entry to win. So go to lsnasty.com, first link in the description below. We're going to do some testing.